I'll be right back. In theaters August 12th.
Welcome back to the world-famous Chinese theater live stream red carpet, and we are here for a very special presentation. It's the world premiere of Final Destination 5, which is the 5th installment of that horror franchise that started way back 11 years ago, back in 2000. Now, we don't say world-famous Chinese theater just because we feel like saying world-famous. We actually are world-famous. The Chinese theater has been around since 1927, and it does more premieres than any other theater in the world. And what's also famous about the Chinese theater is that many a movie star has put their handprints and footprints here in the cement on the grounds of the Chinese theater. We're talking everybody from Mary Pickford to Cary Grant to Marilyn Monroe to Fred Astaire, all the way to such recent people as Will Smith, Tom Hanks, Sean Connery, Helen Mirren. I think the most recent one was just a few weeks ago with Jennifer Aniston. So we really are a world famous place. And tonight we are having the premiere of Final Destination 5, a film that doesn't really have a clear villain per se, unlike other films that have, you know, a masked man chasing them or someone with a saw running after them. In Final Destination, it's an unseen villain, death. And it's something you can't cheat, something you can't run away from, and no one is safe in a movie like Final Destination. And quite frankly, the title itself, Final Destination, doesn't really mean that it's final. It just, every time we think the franchise will come to an end, it definitely keeps going and going and going. So don't be surprised if after Final Destination 5, you'll see us back here for the world premiere of Final Destination 6 or Final Destination 7. All right, coming up, we have a young man by the name of Derek Ayres coming up. We'll be talking to him. And again, we are live. You can find us on Ustream. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Chinese Theaters. Please like us on that page, and you can answer some trivia questions and win prizes. And you can also find us broadcasting live on the Chinese Theater website. I'm sorry?
My mistake.
Derek Mears? Yeah. All right.
Sorry, you can kill your producer.
That's okay. Derek Mears? We are back at the world-famous Chinese Theater live stream red carpet. Now, if you want some free popcorn to go with your Final Destination movie, you have to purchase tickets today at the Chinese Theater website for any showing of the Chinese Theater Final Destination showing, and we'll give you some free popcorn. Also, I've got coming up lots of cool prizes, but first you're going to have to answer some trivia questions, and in order to do so you have to go on Facebook and like us. We are at facebook.com/Chinese Theater. You can also follow us on Twitter, which is at Chinese Theaters. Now it's R-E, not E-R, because we're a little old school. We just kind of roll that way. The cool thing about the Final Destination films is that they each begin with a bang, a big explosive set piece, whether in the first one it's the famous plane going down, or the Second one, I believe it's a roller coaster. This one features a bridge going down. So let's go to a clip and we'll take a look at this crazy opening sequence where the bridge just collapses and we don't know who lives, who's going to die, who cheats death, and for whom death is going to go after.
We're all going to die if we don't get off this bridge.
Death doesn't like to be cheated. Final Destination 5.
Who dies during a massage? Seriously.
Starts August 12th.
The world famous Chinese theater live stream red carpet. I'm Zoriana Kidd, and I hope you've liked us on Facebook at facebook.com/Chinese Theaters, and I hope you're also following us on Twitter, which is at Chinese Theater. We are about to talk to a cast member from another horror movie, Friday the 13th. He should be coming right up. He's busy chatting away. But, you know, tonight is a night for horror movies. We don't discriminate here, whether it's Final Destination 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or somebody from Friday the 13th. We are open to all, and all are welcome. If you want to buy tickets to the film, you can do so through the Chinese Theater website, and if you do that today, you will get free popcorn. And who doesn't like free popcorn? I've also got some cool prizes I'll be handing out, so stay tuned. But in order to get those prizes, you're going to have to like us on Facebook and answer the trivia questions on Facebook, and then we'll pick out winners. Tonight is going to be a great night. I'm going to be talking to current cast members, and I'll be talking to some cast members from previous installments. So that's going to be kind of fun. The franchise has been around for 11 years, so it's going to be neat to see how some of these actors have grown up in the past 11 years. Are they older? Are they wiser? Do they still have hair? What are they doing? Did they drop out? Or are they still working hard? Or hardly working? Sean William Scott is rumored to be here. He was in the first one. Kerr Smith is rumored to be here. He was also in the first one. And Devon Sawa, who was the star of the first one, is also rumored to be here. So if they're here, we will be talking to them, you can bet. So if you have any questions that you would like me to ask these people, definitely go on Twitter or on Facebook at Chinese Theaters, and we will do our best to answer those questions. Now, death comes by in many different ways in this film. There is death by acupuncture. There is death by LASIK eye surgery. There is death by wrench. There is death by gymnastics studio. So it's going to be really interesting to see how those deaths are done. Now, if you've seen the trailer, some of those deaths are hinted at, but it feels like the movie just keeps topping itself with all these deaths. If you have really cool ideas on what kind of deaths we should be seeing, again, you can also post those on our Facebook page. You want everyone to look at the whole spectacle? All right. Well, the crowd is heating up.
I was just giving you a break. If you want a break,
Okay.
I was saying, we can go to the Y.
Okay.
So, it was the wrong word.
Okay. I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But you can always say, let's,
All right. right, we are back here live at the Chinese Theater live stream red carpet. And coming up, we have a master of horror movies of sorts. If you've seen Saw, which I bet you have because you're here to tune into Final Destination, so you must love horror. If you saw the first Saw, if you saw the second Saw, and if you saw Insidious, this is James Wong, the filmmaker behind those three films. Hi, James.
Hello, hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Now, what brings you to the Final Destination premiere?
Well, because I'm a big fan of this franchise, so it's exciting to come out here to see the Final Destination, yeah.
Well, having done the Saw films and Insidious, you must be a fan of horror in general.
I am a fan of scaring people, yes. And I'm looking forward to being scared tonight.
Now, what is it about this film that you like so much?
You mean just the this particular style of film? I think it's fun, you know. I think you go into it knowing what you're going to get, and you kind of go in expecting to have to go on this really exciting ride, and that's what the Final Destination films are like.
Well, in a movie like Saw, where we see the actors being slowly and painfully tortured, it's a little bit different here because there is no clear villain that we actually see, and the death actually happens really quickly.
Yeah, I think the Final Destinations definitely have some of the most creative kill scenes I've ever seen, and a lot of thought have gone into into them, and so I don't know. I think people have a very twisted sense of humor, I think.
Over the years in the franchise, there have been things like death by tanning beds, death by, racetracks, all sorts of weird ways that people have died.
Right.
If you were at the helm of this franchise, what would be an awesome, cool way to shoot a death scene?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I don't want to pull one out of the air right now because I don't know, because it would make me seem pretty dark and twisted, which I make movies like that, but I'm not really like that in person.
Okay, well, you don't seem like the dark and twisted type.
No.
Well, enjoy yourself, have fun, and are you going to be doing any other Saw films or any other horror films that we could be on the lookout for?
Well, Insidious just came out on DVD right now and Blu-ray, and so there's a lot to be scared of my work at this point, but I'm in the writing process, so we'll see.
Excellent. Well, please continue to terrify us. We love that. All right. That's James Wong. He did the first two Saw films and Insidious, which is now out on DVD. He's so totally adorable. I can't believe that a filmmaker like that can actually churn out such horrific, horrific things and put that on the screen. All right. Boo Boo Stewart and Sister 5. In Twilight. You know, my producer, Brad Wyman, has really bad handwriting. And then he hands me this iPad, and I'm supposed to figure out, how he wrote things sideways. But apparently those are the two people that are coming up, and they're from Twilight. So if you're a fan of that franchise, please don't go anywhere because I will be talking to them. If they are here, you can bet that I will be talking to them, and that will be the entire cast of Final Destination 5. That will also be cast members from the past films, like Sean William Scott, or Kerr Smith, or Devon Sawa. The series has been around for 11 years, so we have a lot to talk about. One of the cast members, Tony Todd, was in the first two films, and he is back in the fifth one, so we're going to be chatting with him, which of course is always very, very exciting. And things are heating up here on the red carpet, and we have from Friday the 13th. Yes, absolutely we want